Hello everyone, welcome to episode 10 of Survival Life, my Minecraft tutorials series. As always, this is Unlikely Waffle. As you can see behind me, I have finished clearing out the yard, getting ready for our new house. We will be starting on that very soon, but not today, because today we need to gather some more resources. What we need to work on, because we are running out of logs and planks and all that good stuff, is wood. So we are going to work on a wood farm. As you can see here, I have 6 different types of planks set up, each one representing the different type of tree that can grow from a sapling. I'll get around to that in a second. So here is birch, which is a very light wood. Oak, which is a light brown. Spruce, which has a pig on it and is a medium brown. Acacia, which is orange and only can be found in the savanna, unless you grow it yourself. Junglewood, which, unless you grow it yourself, is also found in the jungle biome. Surprise, surprise, I know. And is a light tan, but also slightly pink tinge to it. And dark oak, which is a very dark brown. So let's come over here and grab some of our saplings. All of the trees need at least light level 8 to grow. The way we find out the light level is we come to our F3 menu, and the second to last row on the very bottom, you can see the line that says our biome, which is currently plains. Next to that are the values BL, SL, and RL. These are the light levels. BL refers to light coming from any kind of light block, which right now is 0 because we have no light blocks around us, like torches. SL is sunlight, which right now, because it's almost high noon, is 15, the highest value. And RL is reflected light, which is also 15. Alright, so birch. Actually, just before that, each tree needs a different amount of space to grow. Some of them can range anywhere between almost no space around them, they just need the block themselves to grow on. Other trees need up to 3 or 4 blocks around them to grow. Unless they're growing around the same breed of tree that they are, in which case that doesn't matter as much. To accommodate for all of those, I've placed at least 3 blocks in between each of these blocks so that they will each grow properly. Alright, so birch. We can either wait 30 minutes for the sapling to grow. It may take even longer depending on the circumstances, of course. Or we can just force it to grow. At least forced to try to grow. It will not necessarily grow if the light level or any other conditions are not met. We do that with bone meal, just like everything else. So let's see, and it will grow. Oh, there we go. And you saw that when I was bone mealing it, the green stars were popping up, which means that the bone meal was being applied. Each of these saplings kind of looks a little bit like the finished tree, so it's easy to match them up. Like oak, that is a lighter wood with a bright green leaf. This does use quite a lot of bone meal, so be aware of that. And this bark is a little bit different from the other ones because on the other ones, the lines generally run vertically, whereas the jungle wood, it runs horizontally, sort of like a palm tree almost. And the acacia wood, as you can see, has a gray bark. The spruce has a little bit of a dark bark, so it could get somewhat confused with the dark oak. The oak tree has a pretty similar color to its wood. And the birch, that's obviously white, so it's easy to match up. Now, dark oak is quite a bit different from the other trees, because all the other trees will be grown from a single sapling. However, dark oak needs to grow in at least a 2x2 square. Because if you just place one sapling, it will do absolutely nothing. And I'm just wasting bone meal. So let's take all the rest. And there we go. It grows nice and tall, so you could potentially just line up a whole series of 2x2 squares of these, just bone meal each of them and make a wall out of them. I've done that before and it actually works pretty well. It looks nice too. But anyway, coming over here, I have set up a fenced out area. Nope, I'm not going to make that. In which I'm going to set up a tree farm. What I like to do, because I want to place 3 blocks of space in between each grown tree, I like to come out here first and just mark out where I'm going to place the dirt. So let's see, we're going from this corner here, 1, 2, 3, and this is where the line that the tree will grow on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. And just keep doing that. Alright, now that those are all placed, I am going to set up the lighting for this before I set up any of the tree blocks. And I want to use a new kind of lighting that you've not yet seen me use. All this time, you've only seen me use torches. I want to use jack-o'-lanterns this time. And that's really easy, actually. We just take... Oh, where did all my torches? There they are. Okay. We just take pumpkins and torches and just place them in a block next to each other. There we go. Pumpkin on top of the torch. So the torch is going into the bottom of the pumpkin. And that gives us jack-o'-lanterns, which puts out the same light as a torch would. And I want to place that around each of the tree plots. And I will place one on each side of that dirt block. And just keep doing this for each of the spots where the torches are. Want to make sure that these have plenty of light to grow. Alright, now it's morning and most of the mobs have left. There we go. Alright, now onto the trees. Because most of the trees, especially the jungle wood, can grow very, very tall, then you can place blocks to limit the heights that they can grow to. The way you do that is you come up from the block that you're planting on, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on top of that. And that way the trees can only grow to a height of 7 blocks tall. Because the trees that I'm going to be using don't really grow to a very tall height anyway, I'm not going to do that this time. I may change my mind later. Alright, now that all of our lighting is set up, we are ready to start planting. I'm a fan of oak because it's a fairly neutrally colored wood. It's not too dark and not too light, so it fits in pretty well with most builds. Place 1 sapling in each of these squares here. Grab that torch. And that's all of them. And we can either wait for them to grow naturally, which could potentially take quite a while, although unlikely because of the way I have it set up. Or like I said before, you can just bone meal it. Just like that. Oh, dang. Ah, good. Now our forest is completely grown, and I can start harvesting. This should yield plenty of logs, so I'm hoping to get at least a full stack from them. And you notice here that some of the logs grow sideways. That is supposed to be branches that come off of the tree. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Once all the wood is taken out, you'll see that the leaves start to decay and start dropping. They will usually just go away completely, but sometimes they will drop a sapling. We have this one stuck up here. And oak and dark oak are the only trees that might drop apples too when the leaves decay. So that's an even bigger benefit of having oak trees. You can also punch the leaves to get rid of them, as opposed to waiting for them to decay on their own. They still drop all the same items they would otherwise. So just from those 12 trees, I have gotten almost a full stack of logs. And eventually, you can set up waterways and hoppers to collect any saplings or apples that may drop, which would otherwise just despawn. That's for another time. Alright, now that the leaves are all gone, I have also managed to get almost a half stack of saplings and a few apples too. So I'm pretty happy. So let's just replant those then. And because the leaves drop the saplings, then this is a completely sustainable farm. And you can either expand the farm or grow the trees closer together. They are more forgiving on the space requirement when it's growing next to the same tree species. Alright, so that was a pretty good day. A little bit short, but very, very useful for the future. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you liked it, please leave a like and feel free to comment if you wish, and I will see you next time. So long, everyone.